Yes, 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 we are live. Welcome, 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 welcome to Valentine's special webinar for married couples. Welcome to Beyond the Honeymoon, keeping the spark alive every day. And this is for married couples, and it is on how to build intimacy and sustain the intimacy in your marriage. So, before we get started, can you just like and share the link to every married couple that you can see that you know should be here? Please share the link to every married couple that you need to be here. All right, so we're going to start very soon. I'm going to get started right away because we have a lot of things to talk about. Married couples. Let me start by saying that marriage is meant to be enjoyed and not to be endured. Marriage is a beautiful thing. Marriage is cultivated by God, was ordained by God, was orchestrated by God for us to enjoy it. It is a partnership, it is meant to make our lives better. So, if there is no intimacy, if we are not enjoying your marriage, then something is wrong somewhere. And one of the things I've realized over time is that a lot of couples, after they get married, intimacy seems to dwindle. Intimacy goes down because of a lot of reasons. How it used to be before we got married. It's not used to be. At times you are just so stressed. You're just so you don't even want to look at you don't remember those times before we got married, we go on date nights, it is always shacking us, that kind of thing. Like the love is always done. Then you begin to wonder what happened. What went wrong? What went wrong somewhere? What went wrong? So, this is what we're going to discuss today. We're going to discuss on how to keep and sustain the intimacy in the marriage, how to keep and sustain intimacy. Because you see, one of the things that make marriage enjoyable is intimacy. Yes, marriage has responsibilities, and it gets harder when there are children. I know all of us have been on that table, many of us have been there, done that. Please give me 1 minute. 1 minute. So we've been there, we've been there, done that, and you just realize that automatically you are just there's so much to do. And when children start coming in, we start, when children start coming in, you start focusing on it. Sometimes a lot to undo, and before you know it, there is no chemistry, there is no intimacy. Intimacy is needed for marriage. Intimacy is needed. And if at the end of the day, even when children grow, when children come, they would eventually go. It's remaining you and your spouse. How how you spend your marriage at the early days will determine what happens when the children have grown and gone. We see a lot of sad stories of old couples where after all the children have grown, they can't stay together. The mother finds a way to just escape. You say father is somewhere, mother is somewhere. And this is the time where you should actually bond the most. So many couples make the mistake of putting every other thing first in their marriage except themselves. They make the mistake of letting something come in between the us. Remember, as soon as you get married, there is an us. It's no longer me, it's no longer you, it is now called us. And so what happens is we let our work, we let our friends, we let our family members, we let our children come in between the us. Now, the goal of marriage is not just to manage a home, raise children. The goal of marriage is to have a loving, joyful partnership. The goal of marriage is to have a bond where you and your partner are at best of friends. Where even though, now this is not to say that you guys are not going to, there won't be conflict or quarrels, but there is this spark. The goal is to keep the spark alive. And the spark will not be kept alive automatically. It won't happen automatically. It's something that has to be done intentionally. So, I want you to, the goal of the session is to help you know and understand and bring your attention to the things that kill intimacy or makes intimacy fade away in marriage, especially after having children. This is based off of so many stories. So after talking to a lot of couples and observing a lot of couples, I realized that this is a common story, a common thing in every home. And if no matter how prayerful you are, no matter how powerful you are, if you don't intentionally if you don't intentionally work on the intimacy in your marriage, trust me, it's going to fizzle out. If you don't intentionally work on it, it's going to fizzle out. If you're following me, can you drop an emoji in the comments? Let me know if you're here. So I want to ask a question. How many of you agree with me that life gets busier after marriage? It seems as if the old razzmatazz, the old paparazzi, everything just dies down. Like, okay, now I've gotten what I wanted. There is no time to now, act prim and proper and say, oh, because this guy has not married me. Or for the men, there is no, you've gotten the prize already, so there is nothing to chase. But life gets busier after marriage, especially when children comes in. Let me see the comment section if you agree with me that life gets busier after. Thank you so much, Sister Bossa. The life gets busier after marriage. And I want to ask another question. How many of you feel that parenting and responsibilities can drain connection between you and your spouse? How many of you feel that parenting and responsibilities can drain connection between you and your spouse? And then I want you to be honest with yourself. Do you feel that your marriage need an intentional us time? US. Do you feel that you need to connect, you and your partner need to connect more? I feel that you need to connect more. You need to connect more. And I'll tell you that a lot of couples are on the same page. And the good news is that intimacy can be built. Even if it is dead, intimacy can be resurrected. Intimacy can be sustained. And I want you to follow me in this webinar. I know that after this webinar, you're going to the intimacy in your family is going to be revived and it's going to be sustained. Intimacy is very crucial. It's very crucial to you enjoying your marriage. It's very crucial to you having marital bliss. One of my goals in this life is to make sure that couples enjoy marital bliss. Because the goal of marriage is bliss. Marriage is good. It's so painful when you look around and you hear people's stories, and there's a lot of story about pain in marriage. And I mean, love is not supposed to hurt. Marriage is not supposed to be enjoyed. It's not supposed to cause pain. So something is wrong somewhere. There is something that people are not doing. There is a process that we're not following. There's something that we have stopped doing. And then you start wondering what happened. But we used to be happy. We used to gist together. We used to love each other's company. We used to long for each other. We used to miss each other. What is the matter? And now we are barely living like roommates, just doing the normal chores in the house and just I'm talking about the basic things. But some couples now, when they want to talk to each other, they send their children. They'll say, "Go and tell your daddy that I need money for soup," and then the daddy too we send the child and say, "Go and tell your mommy that there is no money for soup or something." Or go and tell your daddy, "Are you ready to eat?" No, we now put our children in between us. That should stop now. And this is why this webinar is here, to help you see what is draining the intimacy in your marriage and to help you fix it. So one of the things that drain intimacy is what I call the familiarity trap. Over time, do you know couples get too familiar with each other? I mean, you see each other every single blessed day, as in the morning before you go out, in the night before you come in. When we are dating, when we are courting, no matter what, we spend time together, each person goes to his own house, right? Like if you did courting the right way, not what people are doing now. And by the next day, maybe the next time we're going to see each other is physically is maybe in 2 days time or even that same day, but there is a form of missing each other. But there's something that happens in marriage. If you're not careful, if you don't watch out for it, it creeps in slowly. It's called the familiarity trap. So what happens is that couples get too comfortable with each other, they become used to each other, and slowly they stop doing the things they do to each other. One day I once confronted my husband and I told him that, when last did we go out on a date? And he's on this call and I'm asking him again, when are we going out on that date? Amen. All right. So, when last, as a couple, did you take some time out and say, we are going on a date, just us? When last was the conversation about yourselves? When last did you care to say, okay, just tell me about your dad? You're just talking about. I know some couples say, oh, what we do talk, but what do you talk about? Talk about general things. Oh, this was happening in Iran, this was happening in this one. Oh, look at this person. When last did you talk about you? Did you ask your partner, what's up with you? When last? Did you guys just, have a movie together, watch a movie together? When last did you just stay in the parlor gisting? When last? So the familiarity trap causes couples to get so used to each other and they stop doing the things that they used to do. They stop missing each other. They stop going the extra mile. You're just like, oh, Shebi, is it not my husband? Is it not my wife? Oh, I'm going to see her in the morning. And good morning, good morning. So the familiarity trap is used to go out together. But now everybody's tired. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm back from work. Oh, these children have stressed me all day. I just want to sleep. Used to go out together, but now there is no time. Used to dress well. Used to smell nice for each other. Right? If when you were dating, when you want to see each other, you go the extra mile to look so good, smell so good. In fact, for the guys, can bring a flower or bring a present. When last did you go out and bring a present for your partner without just asking? You don't have to have an occasion. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. It doesn't have to be his or her birthday. It doesn't have to be your anniversary. When you just randomly gift your partner. It doesn't have to be something expensive. Yesterday, my husband went out, and when he came back, he just said, "Oh, I got you a bottle of granite." I was like, "Oh my god!" It was just such thoughtfulness. Right? So it's these little things that keep intimacy alive. Before, you used to check on each other emotionally. I'm very sure that when you check some married couples chat, you just, is it that you say, please buy bread when you're coming, or where are you? Have you gone out? Or there's no food in the house, or can you buy this? It is just random. When last did you just chat even if it just or she just left the house and say, I am missing you already. I can't wait to have you back home. I keep thinking about you all day. You know those things that we did when we were dating each other, just some little love messages. When last did we do that? When last? Now it's only logistics. It's only somebody is crying. And can you get medicine for the kids? And can you just branch and buy something? Can you do this and that? Or somebody asks after you. Can you say? When last did we actually say, I actually care about you? I can't wait for you to get home. I can't wait to just hug you. I just want to hug you and hold you. But some couples don't even hug each other anymore. The man just, or the woman just comes home and like, oh, welcome, welcome, couple, and then he just goes like, oh, I'm so tired. Where's my food? No hug, no, no, how was your day? No, oh, I've missed you all day. Little kisses up and there, up and down. It is not there. See, these are the little things that sustain intimacy. You see, once you stop watering, we stop growing. A fire that you don't kindle will stop burning one day. Intimacy is meant to be nurtured. If you don't kindle it, it will go out. It will go out. It will go out. Many marriages are not destroyed because of one big issue. They are actually spoiled by little things that happen, the little neglect. That word you did not say, that hug you did not give, that connection you did not make, that gifts you did not buy. You don't have to break the bank to get a gift. I just told you, my husband, but I just touched me that the gesture. I didn't ask you to buy. I just that you wait that and say, oh, my wife actually liked to, or my husband actually liked this. and you buy it, it shows that you are thinking about this person. We need to intentionally do that. Sometimes, you see, neglect is not always intentional, but the results, the impact is fatal. We don't always take it. It's not as if I intentionally wanted to ignore my husband. It's not as if we know we don't do it. We don't. It's not as if I intentionally wanted to ignore my wife. But life is life. You shouldn't let life and make you neglect your partner. That's why you have to intentionally do that and put it on your priority list. I told my husband we have to put this. We have to schedule it. I went on date. When is the date? We'll plan it. You have to start planning your intimacy. You have to start putting it as priority. Because we know she is my husband, she is my partner, they will understand. Let us not, that is, I don't even think that's honor. Let's stop giving the majority of our time to the minority of our lives and then giving the remnant of our time to the majority. Your partner is one of your majority. Your partner should be on the scale of priority of your time. And if you, even though you have a lot of things to do, you prioritize it. You make it intentional. I say nothing moves this time. This date and this time we're gonna go on a date. I'm gonna give you guys assignment this week. Yes, we're in a new week. You'll find a day this week. You have to go on a date with your partner. And it doesn't have to be something an expensive restaurant. It might be go for walks. When last did you and your partner take a walk? Just walk down the road, just hold hands and swing it each other. Let the little girls, the little boy, let the joyful, let it just come, just to relax and distress. When last did you guys go to gym together? When last did you go to the swimming pool together? Just together. When last did you go to the beach together? When last did you just take yourself? Do just go on a drive? Say let's just drive around. When last did you do window shop? It is very easy to neglect all these things. That's why you need to intentionally do it. For some of us that work, we just feel like, oh, okay, I have a sister that does all the things. Then your partner wants to know what is going on about you. Your partner wants you to care. Your partner, even though your partner wants you to ask, what's up with this, even though they know you can handle it. Even though they know that you know they can handle it, they just still want to ask to show that, oh yes, I care. You have to intentionally do that. Another thing that reduces intimacy is stress and responsibilities. We know we live in a fast-paced world, but we cannot let the world determine the quality of life or the quality of our marriage. When work pressure builds, when life increases, affection tends to reduce. Because let me tell you something, attention breeds affection. Attention breeds what? Affection. So what you pay attention to gets more of your affection. Guess what? What you don't pay attention to, affection gets reduces. And you know what is fueled by attention? Intimacy. Intimacy is fueled by attention. If your attention is always going to the children, always going to work, always going to phone, stress, and partners that you're always on your phone all day, even if you have your work on the phone, you have to set boundaries. You have to take a phone break. You have to be able to give your partner attention because attention fuels intimacies. One of the fuels that intimacy thrives on. So you have to learn to give your partner your full attention. But if the attention is always given to others, the marriage begins to run on autopilot. And guess what? Intimacy reduces. And it's sometimes it's so subtle that you don't notice it. You just realize you get to a point where you guys are living like roommates. There is no everybody it's just your life now becomes monotonous, robotic. It's just from this to this to this. There is no meaning. There is no there's no meaning. Now I'm not saying do not pay attention to other things. What I'm saying is that you have to prioritize time with your partner. I want to ask a question. When last did you give your partner your full attention? Okay, so I'm seeing some question on the chat. We're going to take questions after the webinar. All right, you can keep your questions. So when last did you give your partner your full attention without multitasking? It's not that you're on your phone like, oh, I am okay. That's what most of us do. We're on our phones and they were like, okay, okay, I'm coming. Just give me 1 minute. When last did you spend 1 hour with your partner, just listening to them, just gisting with them, just actively listening to them talk about that, they talk about what is wrong, even though you know that my partner can handle this, but you just give them attention. Now I want to go to a very big part of the things that affect intimacy. Children and a big misunderstanding. Now there is a common statement, I call it a myth. It has gone wrong. In fact, it's a statement that has been passed down from generations, especially when children start coming. And then you hear some people, some women will say, as long as my children are around me, that's all. I'm just here for my children. All my time, I'm working because of my children. I'm doing this because of my children. I'm doing this. Marriage, children are just a part of the marriage. They are not the integral factor of the marriage. You and your husband, you and your wife are the integral part. Because guess what? Children will come and go. If you prioritize your children over your spouse, I can tell you that you are very wrong. And you are doing your children wrong. You are doing your children a great disservice. Now, am I saying do not prioritize your children? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that if you are putting your children over your spouse, that is very wrong. Many people believe that you have to put your children over your spouse. Fathers, mothers have that mindset. And you see some fathers say, I just need to pay the children. I'm going out to work just so that the children I can pay the children's school fees, pay the bills in the house. They don't have time for their spouses. Every other thing takes priority other than their spouses. The children takes priority. Prioritizing your spouse does not mean that you are neglecting your children. I'm not saying that you are neglecting your children, but it just means that you are putting your marriage in the right order. Because children are a blessing. But you see, if you're not careful, if you're not intentional, they can take all the attention. If you're not intentional. So some couples now become excellent parents, they become great providers, they meet all the needs, they become responsible adults, but emotionally disconnected from their partners. And that's why you see by the time the children grow up and they eventually grow, because let me tell you, they will grow. You see what we do? When our children are on holidays, we take them to meet their grandparents so that we can have me time. It's not because of but sometimes you need to take a break from parenting, right? You need to take a break and intentionally just have us time. So when it's there for holiday like this, we just and their grandparents are so happy to have them over. And then some people have come and say, it's every time you people small holiday like this. You sent your children to this thing. You sent the children to grandma's place. You people, if someone told me, say, you have mind though. I said, I don't understand. I have mind out. Say that then you can leave your children. I said, why would I be able to leave my children? I love them, yes. But I love me also when I love my husband. They can't come in between me and my husband. I can't prioritize them more than. So if there is an avenue that I can keep them in a safe place and have time so that I and my husband can have time to make up for times that we were drained, stressed, and we could not work on intimacy, I will do that. Let's be realistic. Sometimes life is life, and you in fact you go to work in the morning, you come back, you are tired. And you still have to, prepare this and make dinner. You have to, spend time with the children, and you have to wake up very early again the next day to dress the children to school, and the cycle goes over and over. and it's as if there is no break. I counsel couples, I tell them when you have the time, if you have someone that you can put your children in care of, take 2 weeks break. You and your spouse just go and catch them. Go on honeymoon. Go on second honeymoon. Who told us that honeymoon should only be once? Go on couples getaway. If it's a weekend, just two of you just get away from work, from the stress, from everybody, just two of you. Get away from social media. Get away from the hustle and bustle of life. Just you and your spouse. You need to find time to do that because you have to rekindle the intimacy. You don't have to lose your bond because you have children. You don't have to lose intimacy because your life is busy, because you gotta pay the bills, because you gotta make money, because you gotta go to work, because you gotta make ends meet. You have to, I know everybody wants a good life, but you don't have to lose yourself or lose the bliss in your marriage while trying to get a good life. You don't have to lose the bliss in your marriage while trying to live. What's the essence of having everything when you cannot live the life, when you cannot enjoy the life, when you cannot make memories? There are times that you see memories that keep you going. But if you don't even have time to create the memories, when will you have memories to keep you going? You don't have to become roommates because you're parents. It's so sad that a lot of couples are now roommates. In fact, I once had somebody told me, I said, I don't talk to my wife at all. And I'm like, I don't understand. Is it that? Say, what do I want to be talking to her? What do I want to be telling her? What do I want to be saying? I'm like, so what do you guys do? So you just sit on your own, she sits on her own, and because it doesn't make sense to me. This was a long time before I got married. I was like, no, this is not right. This is not right. Your partner should be your bestest partner. Your partner, your spouse should be your BFF. Your spouse should have a very strong emotional connection to your spouse. And this has to be built intentionally. If you don't do it intentionally, it will die. So I want you to know, in fact, say to yourself, my children are an addition to my marriage and not a replacement. They are an addition. Before the children came, there was somebody. In fact, if two of you did not come together, there can't be any children. We tell our children, they know. If my daughter will come and say, your husband is calling you, she doesn't say, if all my children, if my husband is calling me, they will say, our dad is calling you. They say, your husband is calling you. They say, come and meet your husband. If my daughter does some things and she say, look at me, I'm hugging your husband. I'm like, see this little madam. They know. We tell them, you see, daddy and mommy are a team. You people they will grow and go. I've signed it in my mind. I know that one day these children will go. They will grow and they will live as it is supposed to. My husband will remain. So he used to tell us, you people carry yourself and go. Is it my husband that will still remain? Abi? So we intentionally nurture the intimacy. We intentionally hug each other every morning. We make sure that we hug each other. And in the couples that you have these different rooms. Why? What's the meaning of that? Why are you having different rooms? In daddy's room, mommy's room. Can't change. No, it's not right. It should be daddy and mommy's room. That's how you build intimacy. Something must always be touching something. Something must always be touching something. I'm not get ahead of myself. So I want you to know that a healthy marriage is not selfish. It is a gift to the children. Your marriage is going to model something to your children. So if you put your children first and you don't foster intimacy with your spouse, you are giving your children a wrong model. You are giving your children a wrong example of how marriage should be. Remember, they copy what they see. They model what they see you doing. What they see you do is is the ideology, the mindset they will form around marriage, how to treat their husbands, how to treat their wives. So it is what they see you doing. That is what they do. That is what cement their foundation, their mindset about what marriage is. Children thrive best in the atmosphere of love, respect, peace, and affection. They thrive best. I saw a video I posted, and I just looked closely at the video, and I realized that when I was hugging my husband, I saw my daughter just looking, and there was this, that expression. I was like, okay, you too. Do you understand? You are modeling something when your children see you. You see, you affectionate towards your partner. You are they grow well, they thrive because it's an atmosphere of love. It's an atmosphere of peace, of joy. Am I saying there will be conflict? There will, but let them see intimacy. It's not that the husband is the lion of the tribe of the house, the lion, the conqueror. When daddy comes, everybody enters, even mommy to find somewhere to enter. For what now? Men, your wife is not your child. Your wife is your partner. Your wife is not your sibling. It's not your younger one. It's not your younger sister. Because I see a lot of times when men just come and say, your wife is your wife is your spouse. It's your partner. So she should be treated as an equal partner. So you should not you be treating your wife like a child. Now let's go to how do you make intimacy intentional? I want everybody to have this at the front of your mind. Don't put it at the back, put it at the front so that you'll be seeing it. Intimacy will not sustain itself automatically. Because you love each other does not mean you remain close. Because there is the spark, the butterflies. Last week I spoke about butterflies, beyond butterflies for the singles. So because you have the butterflies and the kish, it does not mean that it's gonna remain like that forever. Like we used to say, marriage is an eye opener. When you get married, your eye will open. So the thing is that love is a seed that needs to be watered, it needs to be nurtured, it needs to be cultivated. If you don't pay attention to it, it will die a natural death. And that's why if you have ever had a crush before, you just realize that after you came out of the crush or got over the crush, you not start looking like, wait, is it this person I'm crushing on? I've had a few crushes myself. And at the end of the day, I'll be like, wait, is this the person I'm crushing on? So if you don't nurture it, if you don't foster it, if you don't cultivate it, it's gonna die. So you don't drift into intimacy, you can drift out of it. And if you want to keep the spark alive in your marriage, you need that spark. That when you go out, people see the glow. You can't miss it. See, couples that have intimacy in their marriage, you can't miss it. It's so hard to hide. You can't hide it. And guess what? You can't fake intimacy. If you don't even have, if your marriage doesn't have intimacy, I know. So how do you sustain the spark? There is something I call the AAA framework. That's the triple A framework. And that is attention, affection, and atmosphere. Attention, affection, and atmosphere. What is attention? This means that you must always ensure that your spouse remains seen. Your spouse must be seen. Never let your spouse get to a point where they feel like they are not seen, where they feel invisible. Never let your spouse get to that point where they feel that they don't matter, that you don't care about them. You have to intentionally do it. And how do you do it? When you are speaking with your spouse, maintain eye contact. I'm a Yoruba girl. There's a Yoruba adage that says the communication is in the eyes. Ojúlọ̀rọ̀ wà. The word is in the eyes. So that is the one that I write down to look at you. But you see, I took communication master class and I realized that communication is more of your tone and your body language. So when you have eye contact with somebody, you're telling them or subconsciously that you have my full attention. I am fully concentrating on you. I see you. Eye contact. Then you listen without interrupting. Active listening. Just sometimes your spouse just wants someone to hear them. Sometimes even if they do something wrong, before you correct, just hear and affirm them first and say, "Oh, this person did this. Why would you do that? Why did this person do this? But Mama Tishiba, and I shouldn't have done that. Listening. They should let them know that you are listening. It's not that your spouse is talking to you and you're like, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Sometimes I fight my husband because I would have told him some things. He would tell if he's listening. The other say, he did not tell me. I was like, eh? I did not tell you what. I told you. In fact, you were here like this. Say, I did not know. So, because sometimes he has to do something on his phone. You see, by the time you put your attention on something else, guess what? What happens is that you don't hear what your partner is saying again. That's why you need to have full attention. Listen without interrupting. Number three, put your phone away. See, this technology arena, we've gotten so addicted to our gadgets. We're so addicted to it that we can, all of us are just pressing, press. But I had to intentionally stop. Not these days, I just put my phone on silence. Like, especially when I have to work or do something, when I want to talk to somebody, I was like, keep it in the room. Whoever is going to come, if it's not a matter of life and death, it will wait. When I find the time and then I reply all the messages. And in case you sent me a message, I've not replied, sorry, I've not seen it. But I will reply. All right. So put your phones away on any form of distraction. It's not that time you're reading a book. It's not that time you're not checking the news. Or you're flipping through the TV and say, hey, what is happening? Iran is doing this one. Or US, and this is what's happening in the world. It's not that time. When your spouse is talking to you, it's not that time that you're not watching Z Word. For people that watch Z Word, you know yourselves. Or you're watching Netflix. If you want to watch a movie, let it be together. Watch a movie in a cozy, make your sitting room cozy. If you don't have blue or green lights, go and buy. It's not expensive. Just put on the green lights. Just put on the movie. These are times when that's why you see that why you need to sometimes take the children away now. So that you can be able to watch a very, very nice movie in a cozy environment, and then you're like your head is on your husband's lap and stroking your head, and so all those small things, so beautiful. And these are the things we did when we were dating. So what happened? Yeah, we have to go back to that. All those things you did when you were courting your spouse, you can't start doing it now. That you stopped, you will start doing it. So another way is checking emotionally. Ask your spouse, how are you really? Not how are you in a casual way, but how are you like you care? That you care, how are you? What's going on with you? What happened? That was your day. So especially for women, we like to narrate everything. That you see, when you ask a man how was your day, we just say, my office was fine. We just had a little issue, and then everybody was fine, went for lunch and all that. But ask a woman how was your day? When I left the house, the woman will narrate step by step what happened, all the events, and I met Tolu at the junction. And we said this, imagine, and I wanted to even take the Uber. I was driving. Can you see one bike man just flew beside me? So, as a partner, as a husband, you have to learn to check in emotionally. And when they are speaking, you have to listen. That's why you have to schedule the time. If it's 1 hour, you want to every day have a 1 hour us time. That 1 hour, nobody interrupts. It might be 1 hour before you go to bed. It might be even 30 minutes. What matters is the consistency. It might be 30 minutes. But before we shut down, before we sleep, let's just stop. Some couples that one couple is sleeping. That's why are you even having different rooms? Because when you have different rooms, how do you do 30 minutes before you sleep? How would you do your talk before you sleep? How would you cuddle each other? I don't understand. Daddy has their own room, mommy has their room. If you do that, please stop. You're killing your intimacy. You're killing it. I'm telling you. Because now it now becomes a routine, becomes a chore. There is no spark. It kills spark. When you're sleeping on the same bed, even if you're not touching each other, you just turn and something will just touch something, from there something can happen now. All right. So, all right. Another one is ask about their day beyond facts. Like just ask, dig deeper. What stressed you today? Can you imagine? And this person in the office, I didn't do anything. And ask them, what stressed you? Ask, oh, what happened? Okay, don't worry, tomorrow I'm gonna get this. Oh, I forgot my dinner. I forgot. Ask them, just genuinely ask about the day. It might be what you maybe the 30 minutes daily connection that you want to do. It's just also how are you today? How are you really? What happened today? Oh, this one, that one. You will see, you'll be amazed. Let me tell you something, your spouse want to talk, but most times we are too busy to listen to our spouses. And this pushes some people to go and start talking to other people. And then you start talking to someone you're not supposed to talk to. And remember that I said attention builds intimacy. Whoever you pay attention to, regardless of who the person is, affection starts coming. So there's something you can do. You can make it 30 minutes, 10 minutes. I'll just have a check-in every day. Commit to a time where you just spend time with your spouse. There's no phone, no TV, no children, just both of you, and genuinely ask about them. Number two, the second A is affection. I know some people say, I do not though. We don't do PDA. PDA is public display of affection. We don't like to show affection. People around us, me and my husband, they know we hug anywhere outside. My husband is me in public. As I don't we not married. You know, affection must be expressed, not assumed. It must be shown. It must be shown. Many couples just expect that affection will just be, they just assume that affection will just happen. They just assume that it just happen. Just no, it won't just happen. It's like firewood. It's like a fire. If you stop adding firewood to it, it will burn out. It will burn out. So show affection to your spouse. I don't like PDA. What's the meaning of that? If you don't like it, go and like it. It's sweet. Don't use to say all the you don't know. Let people to see both of you and say, oh, do you know the good? Let people have hope. A lot of people are losing hope in marriage. They are not seeing the spark. They are not desiring it. Let people desire. You see, when you show intimacy, it makes people desire. I want to have something like it because intimacy, when there's intimacy, it brings peace, joy, brings love. The atmosphere, there is a loving atmosphere that endears people. People say, oh, they want to get married. Let people see you and your partner and say, one day. I know I will get married one day. I love this. Let them do all the and oh and ha and everything. So what are examples of affection? Compliment. When last did you compliment your partner? When last did you even say I love you? Some of us. When last did you tell your husband I love you? Or when last did your husband did you say your wife I love you? When last did you say, oh wow, babe, you look so beautiful? Or your wife or husband dress and you just say, I see my handsome bobo. As in like just you hurt. Your dressing hurt. Learn to compliment. Compliment, verbal, just say it. I just love you. Did you see? There is no limit to the number of times you can tell your spouse, I love you. Say it, they want to hear it. They want to hear it. I say, oh, you look so, you smell so nice. Oh, you're just so ugly, but I feel like hugging you all day. Compliment them. When they do something, when there's a something, say, oh, well done, congratulations, I'm so proud of you. That's my baby. Don't worry, I am your number one fan. That's an example of affection. Let's run quickly. Touch. Hugging, holding up hands. In fact, some couples, if they are working, you will not even believe they are couples. As in the gap between them, is as wide as Lagos to Ibadan. Some couples want to take pictures and I don't understand. I'm not understanding. Why you people? Why am I seeing gap? If you're on this call, next time you want to take picture with your partner and I'm seeing gap, you will see me in your dream. I will appear in your dream and say, stop that. Touch, hug, and holding, sit close together, let your legs touch. Yes. When we did marriage counseling, our counselor, Apostle Eunice Oji, she said, Something must always be touching something. Every time when you sit down, let your leg touch. You say at the dining table, play with your legs, just touch your leg and do you know what is little play? You can do just tap this and run, let your husband chase you or let your spouse chase you. It's fun. It's fun. Hold hands, hug yourself, hug as frequently as possible. Is your wife, she's your wife, is your husband. Nobody's going to hold you to ransom. Nobody will say, hey, what are you doing there? In fact, we will be surprised if you're not doing it. I will definitely be surprised if you're not doing it. Hold your spouse, hug your spouse. Sit close to the spouse. Not that you are still at one end. There's a chair. People are not sitting at both ends. Why? Why now? All right. Flirting and playful words. Who says flirting is only for dating period or for worldly people? Flirt with your husband. Even after 3 children, flirt with your wife. Ah, flirt. Say playful words. You guys play. It doesn't have to be serious. Crack jokes. You need to see the jokes that me and my husband used to crack. So that way you just be like, let me know say something here. Because it's in public. You need to hear the jokes that we can be like, wait. So that like these people spiritual at all. It's crack jokes. Life is not so hard. Do not make life too serious. Enjoy your marriage. Now, as you waited to marry this person, if you can't have fun with this person, then what's the word? Why did you have to wait? What's not the essence of all the sacrifice? When you finally go married to the person, you don't feel enjoy the person. Enjoy the fullness of everything. So say playful words, say jokes, flirt with the person. Oh god. And another one is public honor. Honor each other. Respect each other. Do not say words that will put your spouse down. In public, say words that will honor your spouses. Regardless. When you talk about them in a positive manner. Talk about them in a way that that people will be like, oh, I want to be this person. No matter what. It's not, you don't come to public to come and talk about the errors of your spouse or their mistakes or their whatever that she is. You don't come to public to say that. That is between it's a private thing. But you come to public and talk about their strengths, not their weaknesses. So honor them. Have a respectful display. Respect each other. All right. So you can do something like a 3-2-1 rule. Every day, ensure that you say 3 kind words to your spouse. You have 2 moments where you touch each other. And because like I don't understand why you and your spouse in there and you're not touching. Yeah, as you're passing, you touch. Sometimes I pull my husband's beard and be like, I told my husband, you must not shave this beard. So do not even try to shave this beard. Because when you shave, what will I be touching? I love to touch it. I love to touch it. Sometimes I'm rubbing. There was time I even wanted to start splitting his hair. I said, that one, don't come and place. It's paining me. I don't want that. Like, but I'm just playing with you now. He said, it's paining me. Don't touch my hair. Don't plait my hair. But so I just rub my hands on his head. I'm like, why is your head like this? He said, I will not be telling him this is the shape of your head. So have moments of touch daily and have one act of thoughtfulness. Go out and just surprise with a gift. It might be a bottle of Sprite. It might be a bottle of juice. It might be a bottle of wine. It might just be, it doesn't have to be something so expensive. Right. Something simple. Now the third A, and we're gonna close very soon. The third A is atmosphere. You have to protect the emotional climate of your home. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere is what your marriage feels like. Is what is the environment around your marriage. Do you know that some marriages that when you enter like this, you can feel the tension? There is tension in the air. And there's a marriage that just that when you get to their homes, you feel the love. You see there is love in the air. You see this statement, love in the air. It is not a wrong statement. So a home can be organized, well put together, but emotionally cold. There is no love. Everybody's just tense. Everybody's on their toes. Everybody's just keeping to themselves. Atmosphere is protected through respectful tone, respect for each other. It's protected through curated words. It's protected through quick forgiveness. It's protected through healing from offense, fast healing from offense. It's protected through reducing silent treatment. All of us on the table of silent treatment. When our spouses offend us like this, it's just one of the are you fine? I'm fine. It causes tension. It causes tension in the atmosphere. It affects the atmosphere of the home. The atmosphere has to be loving, be peaceful, and it has to be endearing. Atmosphere is protected by choosing peace without ignoring the truth. Now, the fact that you choose peace or you decide to calm down does not mean you're ignoring the truth. All right. Now, I want you to write something down. Get a book, a journal. Write down these three questions. Number one question: what is that one thing that makes my spouse feel seen? What is that one thing that makes my spouse feel seen? Number two, what is that one thing that makes my spouse feel loved? What makes my spouse feel loved? And number three, what is that one thing that I do that reduces peace in my home? What is that one thing that I do that reduces peace in my home? So I'm going to take the questions again. What is one thing that makes my spouse feel seen? What is one thing? Second question, what is one thing that makes my spouse feel loved? And what is one thing I do that reduces peace at home? Now, I want you to note this, that on the scale of preference, your spouse comes first. Your spouse comes first. It's not because your children are not important, but it's because that marriage is the foundation of the home. It's the foundation that holds everything else. So I already said it before, your spouse was there before the children came. In fact, there was a couple that came to me. I was like, oh, we've been married for so number of years, but there's no children, and we are worried. We've tried everything. And I told them, hello, can you just enjoy yourselves? When you are relaxed and you build an atmosphere of love, children will come. Children will come. Don't worry about this thing. Just enjoy your spouse first. Because by the time children come, all this free time you have, you now have again. No, there are so many things that me and my husband used to do before we got married. But we have to plan and plan and plan. So things that we used to do spontaneous, we just go out almost every night. Just say, there's one place here, let's go and see the place. And we can just leave the house. But then if you want to go out, you have to calculate, okay, so who gets to stay with the children? How are we going to organize them? Their bedtime is, so you have to put them to bed. So wherever we're going to, we have to make sure we come back home quickly. We consider them. So I said, you don't have children yet. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourselves. Okay. So how do you protect your, or how do you live out how do you make your spouse your priority? Number one, protect couple time. Like I said, if it's 10 minutes, if it's 30 minutes, if it's 1 hour, if it's 15 minutes, make sure it's consistent and protect it. Nothing can come in between that time. Nothing can shift that time except only God. So God says, okay, I want you to myself for this time. Number two, create boundaries around the bedroom. You people that use phone in your bedroom, in fact, do not bring phones to your bedroom. What is phone doing there? Except to use for alarm. I take phone to my bedroom, but I don't press phone in my bedroom. It just use for alarm. And if you feel that if I bring phone to my bedroom, I cannot not do without pressing my phone, go and buy alarm clock. Number three, plan us time. The way you plan school fees, the way you plan work meetings, the way you schedule meetings with your client, schedule it. Schedule time with your spouse. Do not let your spouse feel left out. Because I'm very sure many of us, when a client comes and say, oh, I want to just get on a consultation with you to discuss a project that will give you money, you will find the time. But when it's time to talk to your spouse, I'm too tired, there's no time, I just want to sleep. Don't worry, tomorrow, do not defer to tomorrow. what you can do today. So prioritize your spouse. So if you are busy, let's say maybe you have so much work to do, and you sometimes can't help it, you go to work very early in the morning, you come back at night. Sometimes if maybe your spouse has even slept. There's some people that I heard that some people work and come in the midnight. Number one, why? I know you're trying to also, but is there a way? Find a way. I'm sure you don't work. If it is that, find a day during the week that you don't go to work and make the most of that day. But every time you don't get to spend time with your spouse in a day, when before the week ends, make sure you accumulate it, and you spend that time, spend ample time. Spend ample time. Even if you are busy, let your spouse know that it is not because this person doesn't want to spend time with you. I don't know how busy we are, but we have times for our phones. We have time for our phones. So if you are busy, you can have a is you don't have to now create a out of that busy time. You can find 7 minutes, you can find 1 minute to just connect, just send a message in the midst of the busy day. Just send a WhatsApp message. It might be an emoji, love emoji. Just say, I miss you. I miss you. Even in the midst of this meeting, I'm thinking about you. You can even be in a board meeting, is allowed. Even if you're in a board meeting, just message your wife and say, I'm here in the board meeting, and I've been having this meeting for 2 hours, but I'm thinking about you. Hey, do you know? So you can be busy and still have connection. Then take them to appreciate, show appreciation. When your spouse does something, even when you don't say, thank you, I just want to say thank you for being my husband. Not for anything, just thank you for being my husband. I just want to say thank you for being my wife. Thank you for cooking. Thank you for laying the bed. Show appreciation. There's no matter if you do it consistently, your partner will feel seen. Then repair anything. Once there is any issue or conflict, be quick to repair. Do not let time pass. Be quick to repair. Be quick to say sorry. Men, it will not hurt you to say sorry. Oh. You see that mindset that they say men do not know to say sorry. It's bad habits, right? It's bad habits. It's training, and that is not everybody can say sorry. So learn to say sorry. When anything is being very hurt, or you hurt your partner, or you say, just repair. Just make sure that there's no conflict, there's no tension between you. Because if you have tension with your spouse, everybody around you can feel it. You can't hide it. And also, if the intimacy is thriving, every other person can see it. Then show affection. Hug, hold hands. When you come back from work, hug. As you are, maybe even if you are working or you're doing something, just make sure that you can let your partner put their head on your legs, or just hold hands, or just rest. Just make sure that you are showing affection, you're touching, you're hugging. And do not let a month go by. You see, a month not too far. Okay, let's just do a month. For busy couples, for not so busy couples, every week, please go out. Go out. Go and grab a pizza, or grab a shawarma, or grab ice cream, or grab a drink. Just go out. Enter one restaurant, order for drink and snacks. If they see that money, it will not hurt you. Okay. So always make sure you plan an us moment. So if you are busy, you can do date night with me every month. It must not, nothing must shake it. Nothing must shake it. Right? So the key thing is to make consistent to be consistent in your intimacy. That's the key thing. And I'm going to close with this. We are rounding up very soon. I'm going to close with this. If you look at your marriage and you feel that intimacy has reduced, don't panic. Don't be worried. The good thing is that intimacy can be revived. So the same way it fizzled out, you can revive it. Do not blame yourself. Let the past be the past. So what you can do is learn, what did we do? that made this intimacy die? From what you have learned today, what are we going to start doing that is going to revive this message, this intimacy? Like I said, look back at the times when you were courting, the intentionality, the extra mile you went for each other, the date night, the movie night. Start it all over again. The long talks on phone. Even if your husband is still coming home, sometimes then deliberately call my husband if he's not home. And we'll be on call. And he will drive into the compound and I'm still on phone with him. And he will say, okay, I'm already inside the house. Until we see ourselves face to face, I just call drop the call. So engage on long calls, even if your wife just left the house, just say, I just want to say, ask how are you doing? How do you know that? I forgot to tell you this. Just keep it conversational. Just don't assume love is dead. It can be revived. It can be revived. What you need is what is building intentionally. Because marriage is not maintained by feelings alone, it is maintained by habits, by honor and commitment. You have to be committed to building the intimacy. You have to be committed. So it is not only for honeymoon. After the honeymoon, you can have honeymoon every day. Honeymoon is not just a once in a lifetime experience. Honeymoon is not just when we are newly married. You can intentionally build intimacy. You can enjoy every single day of your marriage. Love is beautiful. Love is beautiful. Marriage can be blissful, but you have to work it out. Bliss is not automatic. This is one thing I say all the time. I had a session last month on relationship recalibration, strategies to having a blissful marriage. If you missed that session, you can catch the replays on YouTube here. Bliss is not automatic. You don't experience bliss that just because you're married that to blissful. No, you have to work it out. You have to work it out. You have to pay attention to your spouse. Please. We live in a fast-paced world. I've seen this happen so much. So much. So much so. I've counseled couples and there is no intimacy. You could actually just see the tension. I just see the nonchalancy. I mean, it's just the unintentionality, the anyhowness that goes. I'm like, even when you go out, you see how couples just they're like, hey, we are going to want to buy this one. You cannot hold your spouse. Oh, I don't know what is happening. You cannot hold hands. You know, the endearment, the smile, the glancing. Sometimes when we're in church, my husband and I will just lock eyes, you know. But I'm like, we're talking about it, and I'm like, and I'm just staring, and maybe he feels the stare, and he will just turn, I will just laugh. See those little moments. Have moments of affection with your spouse. Have moments of affection with your spouse. It is not there is no rule that says men cannot be romantic or men have to be rigid. Because I know that some men are like, I know a lot of women love romance, love a lot of women love that. But some men are always like, I don't want to feel all mushy mushy. Who says you cannot? Please, please, you are permitted. Let's remove this African man mentality mindset and say, I just want to be, or maybe my wife will take it for granted. No, your wife is your baby. All right. All right. So from today, what I want you to do from today is to start taking steps. One of these you will do for me is this week, just go out this week. You can go out on a walk, take a walk with your spouse. And if you have children, and you don't know where to put, get a babysitter. And if by adventure you cannot get a babysitter, you cannot get them to their grandma. When they go to school, even if you have to go to work, your break time at work, spend it together. Do lunch together. If you are far away, do Zoom. Get on a Zoom call, or a video call, and just say, okay, yeah, am I in this restaurant? I see what I'm eating. Come and eat. Should I feed you? You know what those things. You see all these young children, and they're like, oh, love birds. Who says marriage, after marriage, you can't be lovebirds. You can continue being lovebirds. You just have to be intentional about it. My children know. They know. Mommy and daddy are going out. Sorry, children are not allowed. We'll do family get away together. They know. But they're always eager. We're going to grandma's place. Once it's holiday time, phew, I'm going to grandma's place. Me and my husband alone in the house for sometimes 2 weeks. And those times we reconnect, we rebuild, and it's not as if you will not be alone in the house with your spouse. Somebody will be in one room, that person will be another, and you're pressing your phone. See, I'm going to reiterate the phone matter. Please take phone breaks. Take phone breaks. Some of us can be on our phone on TikTok for 1 hour. And just look when your partner. In fact, sometimes now what people do is you go on dates and each person we are ordering and then you're on your phone and like laughing and you're on date with somebody. How now? How? When you're going on dates, put your phone on silent. Do not disturb. You won't spend more than 1 hour. Just time it. If you have to get back to work, time it. Do not disturb. Do not disturb. Put your phone on. Do not disturb. So intimacy is intentional. It has to be built. It has to be built. It has to be built. And I can tell you, no matter what, no matter which level of intimacy you are now, even if you feel there is no form of intimacy in your marriage, you can start doing something about it now. And I tell you, if you are intentional, if you follow the strategies, if you show affection, if you pay more attention, if you listen more, if you maintain eye contact, if you touch more, your intimacy will be revived. The spark will come back and will be maintained. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop here. So I want to say this. You if there is still there are some times where there are peculiar issues in marriages, and maybe you have tried and it's not working. If you have a peculiar issue, you can contact me. Send me a message. Let me drop. I'm gonna drop my. I don't want to drop my number. I'm gonna drop my email on the chat. Send me an email, and let's have a session. See, I believe that there is no marriage that can't be revived. Every successful marriage takes work. So sometimes you can't give a counsel based off of just a brief knowledge of what the issue is. Sometimes you have to go deep to know what the underlying issues and how we can actually now work together and work on the strategies. So send me an email on send me the email on the chat now, so that if you need a one-on-one counseling session, I'm a relationship and marriage counselor, and my goal is to make sure that couples have marital bliss, because God created marriage to be enjoyed. God created marriage to be blissful, and we all can have blissful marriages. Some of the traumas that our children are having now is because we didn't see our parents. We grew up, we didn't see the loving, we didn't see the atmosphere of love around our parents. It was a duty, it was a chore, it was endurance. We saw more of endurance, more of duty than enjoyment. And that's why you see a lot of young people say they don't want to get married, or the perception about marriage is just so wrong. So let's change the narrative. Let's make people believe in love again, because marriage is created to be enjoyed. Thank you very much. If you have questions, you can ask your questions, put it in the chat. So I see one question when we started by Mrs. Folayemi Oladotu. I'm going to take that question. And so if you have other questions too, you can drop in the chat. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had an amazing time. And while doubt is going on, you can drop one or two things that you learned today in the comment, and one thing you will start doing. Now, this is not just for you to gain knowledge and just say, oh, okay, we have learned about intimacy. What is that thing you will start doing? Okay. And of course, the replay is available. You can always come back to watch this video over and over again. So I have a question here. So Mrs. Folaya, Mrs. What happens when your spouse disposition to you asking about the day or trying to gist about your day or even start a conversation generally is cold? You see, this is a lot of there is a lot of things going down in this conversation. Now, has he always been like that? How was the interaction with him been? If is not always like that, and maybe that time you brought up the conversation, maybe something is wrong or something. If you reacted like that, maybe it's going through something happened that is emotionally down. So that can be maybe just the season or just that time that you are trying to ask. But if it's generally cold, then you need to actually look at what is the matter. What is now ask him what is his perspective about communication in marriage. So if you see that maybe he has this perspective that there's some men, like I said, that I don't believe in be talking to their wives and they'll be like, what are we talking about? You know, why am I gisting with you? They prefer to talk to their friends and all that. If he's that kind of person, you have a lot of work to do. You'd have to find a way to warm up to him and just keep on just say, "Oh, how was your day?" You ask him that. If he's not gonna listen to how your own day went, just ask, oh, so what happened at work? Ah, work is fine. Work is fine. Ah, okay. So I feel I saw that I see that you're troubled. Is everything fine? Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Okay, don't worry to be well. And you know, there are some things you can go extra mile to just start shit things you want to see, start showing it. Just go out and come back and say, oh, I got you this something. I just went out and I saw that even if it goes to work and before it comes in, you can prepare something, a little gifts, and say, this is what I got for you. At first, you'll be like, okay. But when you start doing consistently, over time it's gonna change. Over time. So consistency is the key. When you want to start you want to see something in your spouse, start doing it and be consistent. At first they might not react to it, but look and see maybe you're wasting your time, but over time you begin to say, okay, something has changed about this person. Okay, okay, this person says, okay, okay, today let me listen to you. Okay, what my day is fine. You might not get a long conversation, but you see that start getting more of, it starts getting receptive to you. And what is your own reaction when they're cold? You just say, ah, okay, I'm not interested, let me just go and stay on my own. Sometimes you just, might not just say anything, just sit down and sit down beside this, and then can try the touch tactics. Try to lay your head on his shoulder, all right, or try to hug him from the back. If they don't want to do the verbal, start with the touch. You say, leave me. There is nobody that, no matter how angry, leave me. They just say, I'm going to hug you. When last did you hug me? If you're not going to hug me, I'm going to hug you. Can I not hug my husband again? You know. So can start with you say the verbal, my husband, you look so handsome today. See you, fine guy. Even if now start, the next day, compliment him. Next day again, compliment him. Start doing it. Even if he does not respond, leave him. You continue, do your own part. Over time, I'm telling you, it's going to respond. I hope I've been able to answer the question. All right, so let me see. I'm not seeing any more question in the chat. Okay, so Mrs. Folayemi, I hope I've been able to answer your question. Okay, so if you have more question or maybe your case is peculiar, right? I've had a lot of of cases. I'm looking at them cases of peculiar situations. You can send me an email and we're gonna have a session together or we'll talk about it. So your marriage can work. You don't have to enjoy. If you're enjoying marriage, something is wrong. Something is wrong. If you're not enjoying your marriage, something is wrong. Something, and that I'm telling you for free, and that is not God's plan for you. That is not God's plan for you. All right. So no more questions, no more comments. Send me an email and we're gonna have a chat. So to this, we have come to the tail end of this webinar. I hope you enjoyed it. And you can take this and play to your husbands or play to your wives if your spouse are not on call. Your spouse are not on call, play it to them and let everybody listen. Remember, intentionality is key. And remember to show your spouse attention, affection, and build the atmosphere of your home intentionally this week. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Thank you, everyone, for joining me on the call. It's a pleasure to have you here. And of course, the replay is available. I remain Fumlaya Bayowa, a relationship and marriage counselor, and my desire. I am committed to helping couples achieve marital bliss because marriage is meant to be enjoyed and not to be ended. All right, so until the next time we have a session, thank you so much and have an amazing, amazing new week and happy new month to you all. Have an amazing new week ahead. Bye for now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye for now. Okay.